Hello everyone, my name is Jolie and this is One's Love Path. I initially didn't want to start off the YouTube with the recording, but the past couple days have been crazy and I know I needed to share. The main reason why I'm starting this YouTube is to document and maybe inspire. Maybe we can share stories and maybe you could help me figure out what's going on, or we can exchange information. But the main reason is to continue to bring awareness and to shine light and just to share love and stories and just to encourage each other on this path. I became more spiritual than religious, I want to say about a year ago. And we had a death in the family. My sister passed in May of 2019, day before Mother's Day. And then after that, I got into a relationship and that ended in December. So quite a few things have happened, and now where I'm at is I feel like I'm like really hungry to learn about myself and to study myself and self-mastery and I'm just more open to learning new things about myself and different beliefs and different cultures, and I feel really fulfilled at this moment. But I just wanted to share what has happened the last couple of days. So let's just begin. Yesterday morning, I want to say I have children and they were on their way to school. And so I'm sitting in my room and I'm going to have a couple shout outs in this recording to two other channels. I listened to Infinite Waters. Now, if you know Infinite Waters, he's really dope. Like, can I get a hello? But I listened to two random Infinite Water YouTubes. They were like, one was like this year, one was like last year. And what really popped out and I remembered was when he said something like, I'm a Pisces, I'm left-handed, and my birthday's March 3rd. And I thought that was pretty cool because I'm left-handed, I'm a Pisces, but my birthday's March 6th. So, I'm watching that. And, oh, by the way, I also wanted to say with my spirituality, I've also, upped it, meaning, I was baptized Catholic. I went into Christianity, and now I'm pretty much open. And right now, I'm very spiritual, and I'm more of, more like my ancestors, and I'm just open. Let's just say that. And I do have an altar. I have pictures of my grandmother who has passed away. I have pictures of my mother who has passed away. I also have pictures of my sister who has passed away. So I just wanted to add that in there. So I went ahead and I started listening to Sasha. He does tarot. And I'm listening to him. And the things that sat with me that morning was he started off the reading with singing Prince, When Doves Cry. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I went to a Prince tribute this summer. And so I was just laughing. And he basically said, and if you don't believe in tarot, I'm sorry, this channel is not for you, because I'm going to be all over the place with all different types of beliefs. So you have to have an open mind. So Sasha said, that's exactly what he said. You have to have an open mind this week. And he said, especially in the first couple of days. And he said to keep open mind and to just be patient. And the energy is going to be crazy. And what stuck out to me was when he said, look for like a bird. Look for like a little bird. and it's going to be colorful, and and there will be a message, or to just pay attention to what you're thinking when you see the bird. So I'm like, all right. And, I'm feeling a little emotional anyways. A lot of energy. I still had a lot of energy from the night before, because for the Super Bowl, yes, I'm sorry, I'm Puerto Rican. I come from Puerto Rican descent. I'm from New York. So, the Latinos represented the Super Bowl. So my energy was really high. Also, I don't know if you guys peeped the little symbolism there. You saw the Venus sign. I also saw the eye. So, and there's also other things, very political, but, we represented. I'm very proud. And, I think I was still like on that energy. But anyways, so yesterday morning, after listening to all these things, I got emotional, and right away I thought of my mother. And so I'm laying in bed, and I'm thinking about my mother, and all of a sudden I started crying. And I cried, and it was like a cry, like a little girl cry, like a little girl crying for their mother. And I even said, "Mommy," and I was just like, what's going on, So I got up, and I was like, you know what, let me just have a talk with her. So I came over to the altar, and I lit my sage, and I lit my candle, and I sit there, and I say my mother's name. I think I said it 3 times. And I started crying, and what popped into my head was John Lennon. Before my mother passed away, she played John Lennon Imagine album on repeat. And so I'm sitting here, and I'm like, I grabbed my phone, and then I started playing the music. So I'm listening to Imagine, and I'm sitting there, and I'm listening, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, Bob Marley popped into my head. So Bob Marley popped into my head, and No Woman, No Cry. I played that one. No Woman, No Cry. And it just made me feel so much better, and I was just laughing. And then all of a sudden, how when you have it on autoplay, it played the next song, which was... Don't Worry About a Thing by Marley. And so I'm listening to it, and I'm just like feeling so much better. So I'm listening to the Bob Marley and everything like that. And I'm sorry about that, the phone. And, sorry, I just wanted to play the song for you guys. Because at the time I didn't know the name of the song. I was just listening to it as I'm sitting here, and I'm just like, just imagine sitting here and you hearing this, and it just made me feel so much better. So I got up, and I went ahead, and I started my morning, things, cleaning, and, for some reason I was like, you know what? I want to watch The Matrix. So I went into my living room, and I tried setting up to watch The Matrix. I don't know why. It just, I saw The Matrix on YouTube a couple times too. I don't know. Maybe that stuck in my mind. So I went ahead, and I set up to watch The Matrix, and I hear my dog, and I'm like, oh, he's got to use the bathroom. So I take him outside to go pee. And I bring him back in, and I'm like, all right, let me sit down and watch the movie. He starts crying again. So I'm like, all right, he don't got to go pee. He probably got to take a shit. So I go, and I take him outside, and this is February, and I'm in the Midwest, okay? And I take him outside, but I don't have a fence, so I go ahead and tie him up. And he's in the yard, and I'm just looking around. It was such a beautiful day, like beautiful. And I'm in the shade under the tree, so I'm like, let me get in the sun. And so I'm sitting in the sun, and I just put my face up to the sun, and I closed my eyes, and all I heard were birds chirping, birds singing, and it was just so dope. And so I go ahead and I grab my dog, and I'm not thinking anything of anything. I'm just doing what I'm doing, but I'm just like, I hear a bunch of birds. It's February. Is this spring? What's going on? So I bring the dog in, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right, and I'm like, wait, I heard a bunch of birds. And I started smiling, and I saw my mom, So I'm watching, I put on the Matrix, and in the beginning, they have a bunch of numbers. And I've been seeing a lot of numbers. Synchronicity has been crazy over here, okay? And I saw 3 5s. And I'm like, all right, whatever, So I watched The Matrix, Follow White Rabbit. And so I watch it, and AI popped out to me. Artificial intelligence, the year 2199 is what popped out, and I remembered. Anyway, so I turn it off, and I'm getting ready to clean the house again. And this time, again, Bob Marley stuck in my mind. So I'm over here, I play the Bob Marley again, and it was on autoplay. And Redemption song from Bob Marley comes on. But it's not the song, it's like a premiere video. And it's like a minute and some seconds. But basically, they're going to have like a tribute, I believe, to Bob Marley tomorrow, February 5th. They're going to have a video for his Redemption song. So I was like, okay, okay. So it popped out. I'm like, and at this time, my energy was going crazy. Like, I'm just like, what's going on, So I'm getting ready for work at this time. I'm on my way to work. John Lennon is in my head, imagine, just like crazy in my head. I'm like, okay. And I'm just feeling good because I know this is my mom, my grandmother and my sister probably, So I'm going to work. I park, and I'm looking at the Bob Marley. I finally look at the YouTube video of the Bob Marley. And I did not know that every little thing's gonna be all right. The name of that song, Bob Marley's song, is 3 Little Birds. 3 Little Birds. Okay? At this time, my mouth drops, and I'm at work. And a coworker who never parks over there, I know where she parks at because she got a nice truck. She never parks over by me, notices, and I'm like, she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't believe in coincidence. And she's like, never. And I basically give her a little rundown of what happened and about the 3 little birds. And if you look at the time on the video, the one video that I looked at was 3 minutes and 3 seconds. So it was 3:03. And she's like, for real? She's like, I want to say like maybe a couple months ago, I saw 2 doves in my yard. And I'm like, what? At this time, I'm going into work, and I'm just like, what is going on? This is crazy. So we're talking, and then I start thinking, all right, let's go. And I ask her, when did you take the pictures? Just tell me what date it was, right? So I'm going ahead, and I'm at work. And so I started I got a notification for Pisces TV. And I love her. I love her readings. And she starts her tarot. And it was a pretty long video. I'm not going to go into full detail. But the main things are the 3 of Cups came up, and there were 3 birds. She also brought up the moon, which she said that it was a mother, but not my mother, which I believe it is my mother. And there were other things as well. Maybe if some of you who listen to this are part of that group can help me maybe like point out, I also remember a Capricorn moon, which I am a Capricorn moon. And we're just going to fast forward to the end, and she picks these cards for like questions. So if you have one question, the card will say yes, no, or definitely, or something like that. And oh, by the way, throughout the whole reading, there was nothing but 2s, 3s, and 5s. So I'm like, all right, 3 is my favorite number. My birthday's March 6th. So, and 3 and 6 are my numbers. And I'm 33 years old. So, she had 3 piles, so 3 questions, but each pile had 2 cards. So she said, okay, that's 3 plus 2, which is 5. And as she's about to, pick up the third card, one of my coworkers, because I have a calendar right in front of my workstation, comes over and was like, Jolie, I need to look in the calendar and see. I was about to throw my phone at him. Like, boy, she's about to pick the third card. I need to know this. And he's like, I just need to see what date I have court or whatever on this date. And I'm just like, okay, what's the date? March 3rd is his court date. And I was just like, oh my goodness, like what is going on, So I also later on found out other things. If you listen to Imagine by John Lennon, in the beginning of his video, you will hear birds chirping as him and his wife are walking, I believe through like a forest or like the woods or something like that. If you don't know who John Lennon is, you need to know. And to have John Lennon and Bob Marley, to come through, it's very liberating. And I just feel like something is coming, and I feel like it's going to be a positive change, and it has to do with society. And there's just so many messages, and I just feel so grateful to experience all these things, because I just feel like I am on the right path, and I'm excited for this journey. And there's so much more that has happened, but that's just a little rundown. So let me know what you guys think. What do you maybe can interpret? Is there anything else that you guys would like to talk about? Next video will probably be more. You'll see me and we're going to be going somewhere, a little field trip. So, so please let me know what you think. Love and light. Please like and subscribe. Thank you guys. Goodbye.